Good morning everyone. Last class we have seen regarding the research and the introduction of research. Means what kind of question can be asked and what is the particular syllabus for that we have seen. Now this class will be dealing with 2 points, that is research meaning and the characteristics of research. What is the actual meaning of research we will be looking to, and the characteristics, the features of research. For a good research, what are the things must be there. So gets ready. Now see the first point is the meaning. See the meaning is like the word research made of 2 words, that is re and search. Re means the again and again. Something is doing again and again. Searching means finding. Okay, finding. So you are finding something again and again. Again and again means something already searched and you are not searching the same thing. You are searching something new from that previous thing. That is called the research. Again and again searching that things. Is there there will be some kind of mistake, some kind of error or something missing in the previous research. So you are doing the same research to extend that part. That's called the research, searching again and again. So that is the mention here, to make known an existing thing. You should have the knowledge what is existing, what is present nowadays, and how you can invent in a new manner, how you can do research in a new style. So without knowing the existing things, you cannot do research. That's why we should go for the review of literature. What is there? For example, you are doing study on cancer. So you should have the knowledge till today regarding the cancer. Whatever the cancers find out has been done, and how can you put the new things, the new input, that is called the research. So without understanding the existing things, you cannot go for the further, previous, upcoming. So that existing thing should be there in your mind, in your brain. Then only you can go for the next one. Say the word is research stands for the to know, something to know. For example, you are not knowing nowadays, that's why you are doing study. We don't know the effect of particular practice, like you can take in yoga, the effect of asana or pranayama, we don't know actual. But to understand that, we are doing research. So to know that, know means not only knowing, in a scientific way, it should be testable, it should be verified, it should be justified. So that sense we should know, and it's all about the shaking. Shaking means shaking something new thing, to know the new. Okay, old things no one wants, something new. That's called the research. I think you heard the question like this person is doing study on particular things. Okay, on that topic there will be so many papers are there, research studies are there, but same person doing on same topic to search something new. For example, I am doing research on cancer. So previous me, there are so many papers are done on effect of yoga on cancer, but they are not specified on particular point. Maybe the during cancer what the happens in the WBC cells or RBC cells anywhere. So that particular part I need to find it out. So it's called about the seeking knowledge, and the research must be scientific. It should not be like somehow it's going low, not like that. Scientific. The procedure should be step by steps. And it's called the systematic search. We will be looking next also the features and the characteristics. Scientific, the systematic search, it should not be spreaded here and there. It should be scientific. On step by step, it should go. There will be certain stages are there, like find out the problem, then review literatures, hypothesis formation. So all these things we will be looking. So the systematic follow-up we should be maintain, and the information on a specific topic, specific whatever I do study, that should be specified. I cannot take, for example, my topic is there cancer on yoga. So yoga on cancer patient. This is my topic, but I cannot go to again the cardiac problem. So it should be specific topic. Topic should be concise and specific. Okay, these are the common meaning of research. We should know, and it's the art of scientific investigation. So it's the art means it should have the some excellency to do scientific study, how to collect the data, how to analyze, how to interpret the data. So you should have the proper how to give the treatment. So these things should be there in a scientific manner. So this is also known as the arts. Okay, it's an art of scientific study, scientific investigation. Investigation must be there. Investigation means, for example, you heard the, suppose someone did a mistake, means police comes and he starts the investigation. So same investigation means they will follow the each and every pinch. Same way the investigator means a scholar, research scholar, he should do the particular in a scientific way. But that way is called as the art. He has some excellency in that. Okay, and obviously here will be some new facts and different branches of knowledge. New facts will come definitely here. The old thing comes, it is not at all useful. New thing should come here. That is the main aim. Previous so many things has done. See, if you are doing study on previous things, no use for the society, for you also. That will not be valid. That will look the copy and paste. So if you do this something new, valid things, which is give the new to your field, that will be good. It may be any branch, science, art, commerce, or anything. Okay, engineering background, any background, and it's a movement from known to unknown. You know the cause and unknown means you don't know the effect. So this is called the cause and effect relations. Means you know the known things and you don't know the unknown things, upcoming things. You know this thing, that thing, then how it will work, the output we don't know. Okay, when you start anything working, you will be knowing that things. But when you are going in that deep, you don't know what will happen and where you will end. For example, you start from this Mangalore to go to the Delhi. You know that you started the journey, but when you reach, it have given some specific time, train time, like evening 7 o'clock. But it may not reach 7 o'clock, it may reach 8, 9, 10 also. So it's unknown, we do not know. It's a kind of research, we need to go in that way. Okay. So that thing is known to unknown. For example, you are knowing something and your research means you don't know. For example, you are taking one subject. If your teaching is not good, if your training is not good, effect may happen anything. It may be positive, it may be negative, but you need to accept that. So it's called unknown factor, the output. Okay. So we need to keep in mind all these things. Now, before touching the characteristics, we should understand these two things. That is, one is variable, another is causality. Say variable means the word variable stands for here only. It's two dimension, variable. See, I mentioned here on your screen, very and able. Very means which is differs. It has the capacity to get change. Okay, it can be change. Able means has the possibility or has the chance to be changed. Okay, which will be change in any kind of situations, has the possibility. It may not be changed, it may not get changed in particular place, it may change somewhere else also. Opposite of this word, if we take, that will become the constants. Constant, I think, no. Constant means which is specified, it won't change, it's unchanged. For example, if I give the example of variables, I can give for like A, B, C. If you go to mathematics, we say suppose A is the 12, B is the 16 and C is the 10. So this is a suppose, we don't know, it's not actual thing. It's a variable, it may varies person to person, study to study, place to place. But what is constant variable if I ask? For example, we know the pi. We know the pi and the pi value is 3.14. It's constant. It won't get changed from Bangalore, Dubai, Japan, German, everywhere is same. So this thing we need to understand. There will be come here the causality. Causality means relations between cause and effect. How it is connected to your cause and effect. For example, you are doing any kind of study. How the study is related to your cause and how it is giving the effect. For example, your cause is the persons in India, the population's person, they are having 60% people are affected by the obesity. This is the cause. Sorry, this is the effect. What is the cause? Maybe the lifestyle. What is the lifestyle? They are used to have much more rice items. Rice item, oil food. So this is the cause. So its cause is there. That's why the effect is obesity or diabetes is there. Now how can you find out this? By having some proof. And how can you rid of that problem? What are the methods you will be giving to reduce that obesity or to reduce that diabetes? So here will be having some cause and effect relation in the study, research. So these 2 points we need to remember. This is the keywords for today. Each class I will be giving some keywords and you need to keep in mind what is variable and what is causality. Variable stands for which is gets varies from place to place, study to study, weather to weather, location to locations and man to man. Okay, example given also. And causality means which is the connection between the cause and effect in any kind of study. Example given here. So let's see. Now let's understand the characteristics of research. See, for example, you are doing a study, you are writing a paper, you are doing research, but what are the characteristics must be there? The features must be there to call as a good paper. You are a good study, or you are a good researchers. How can we say? So these are the few points we need to keep our mind. Some researchers, they will be doing study, and at the end while submitting time, their papers will be, or submissions thesis will be rejected. Why? They are not following the proper characteristics. What are things must be there in a paper? So first, see the first expression here: control, rigorous, systematic, valid, verifiable, reliable, empirical, and critical. So these things will be looking one by one. Okay. So let's see. First is control. Control all stands for the, which is much more controlled manner. How? See here you are doing something research, means you are doing explorations. Known to unknown. Unknown means say explorations. You are going unknown factors. It may be positive, it may be negative, but you should take as the challenge. That is called exploration. So exploring any causality. Causality meaning I already discussed in last slide. That is the relation between the cause and effect. Explain any relation between cause and effect. Okay, in two variables. Two variable means variable I already told again, which is varies. For example, you are taking variable is BP, blood pressure. Blood pressure on the particular person's one. Before the study, maybe it was 120/70. Before the study, before the taking the your interventions, it was there in, maybe you take in Himalaya. This was the temperature. If you take the BP of a person who is sitting in Karnataka or Kerala, his BP maybe you can take as 70/90 also. See, there is no mistake. Same instrument, same thing, everything is correct. But the BP is getting varies this place and this particular place. Why? Because it's the variable. Variable means which can has the chance to get varies. BP take, weight take, okay, BMI take, whatever thing is, and it creates a link between the cause and effect. This is the previous, this is the cause, and effect is this problem, hypertension or hypotension, anything happen. So it shows the cause and relation, cause and effect relationship between these. That is called the causality, and it affects the relationship. Okay, and here you are not affecting in any other relationships. Okay, you are minimizing the effects. Other effects you are not including in your study. Your study is specific. This means this only. For example, your study fixed, your study will be on cancer, for example. But you should not go during study, you should not go to the BP or the hypotension, or you cannot go for the atherosclerosis, heart problem. No, you cannot go, because it's connected to particular. You already fixed the problem. Your problem is study on cancer, maybe blood cancer. So it should be related to that particular. The cause and relationship connected to the blood cancer. It should not related to the heart problem. So that's specification. That control manner during collection of data, during study of the review literature, analyzing the data, everything should be in and all. Means it should be surrounded towards that. Towards that means towards the cancer only, blood cancer only. So that is called the relationship between the cause and effect. So that should be there. And whatever the thing is not connected to that, you should be able to minimize those things, or you should stay away from that relationship. Okay. Yes. So this is called the control manner. Effect and study causality should be in a controlled way. I think you understood the concept. Please make the points. Okay, it will be easy for you to get the excellency. So now next explain the rigorous. Rigorous means it should be specific. If you see here, find out the answers of a questions, that is relevant, appropriate, and justified. It must be in 3 points. Whatever you are doing, searching for a particular question, it should be relevant. It should be related to your topic. That's why I told you are doing study on particular things, but you are taking data from something else, and your variable is something different. No, it cannot possible. You are taking data, for example, you are doing study on blood cancer, study on particular things on blood cancer, but you should have you should able to take the data from that blood only, WBC cell, RBC cells, or platelets, from that particular part only. You cannot go for some kind of electric devices, because that is not relevant to your study. Your study related, blood cancer related, whatever the things needed, you should have according to that. That's called the relevancy. the relevant for your study. That's the first point under the regress method. Regress. Second issue is the appropriate. The data, how much it should be taken, the procedure, everything should be appropriate. It should not have overlap, nothing should not be there. Okay, that's called the appropriate manner. How you sampling the method, that should be appropriate. And the justified. Whoever doing the study on the same sample, same place, same instrument or same methods, it should be justified. You should be able to justify whatever you are doing. For example, anyone asks me questions like you are doing study on cancer, but it's not giving the proper result. I should be able to justify my points that yes, cancer, it may differ from Indian cancer. Indian cancer is same, but some cancer may affect the male person. They are affected by more prostate cancer, and women are affected by the breast cancer. And I should justify that line by quoting these things. Okay, whatever your output is here, it should be justifiable. That's all the justified. So these are 3 key points under the regress method. Regress. Now let's understand the what is systematic. These are the one characteristics of study only, research only. Systematic. The research must be systematic way. How, whatever the procedure you are adopting for the investigation, it should follow some logical sequences. It should be logical. For example, you are doing sometimes what happen, you are studying 5 years over, 6 years over, but there is no logic. Research is not at all going properly because there is no logical sequence. Step by step, there is nothing. So systematic means it should go system wise, 1, 2, 3, 4 system. For example, I given one picture here. See, the water flows from this way only. This is one system to come to get that. It cannot flow from this way. No, it's not possible. It's not at all possible. It should flow from this way only. So it's a one system, pipeline. So you before going, that's why before going to study research purpose, you should have a proper plan. That's why we take this synopsis. Teachers guide me, ask give one synopsis on this particular topic, whatever you want to do. And before that, after getting admission, you are having the 6 month, the coursework, CW, coursework will be there. There will be knowing about the research and everything. Okay, so it's a logical sequence. You should know how to plan, how to take the data, what are the parameters you will be taking, how many days test will be there, how many days your teaching will be there, or your training will be there. Those things should be specified, systematic, system wise. Okay, and it should not be like hazarded way. It should not be hazard like here and there. It cannot possible. Okay, this thing you are putting there, that thing is there. No, it's not possible. It should be in a proper channel. So this is the meaning of systematic study. Now let's understand this point is point number 4 and 5, valid and verifiable. Valid means which can be validable. I am given this picture for easily. This is the picture for the Twitter. When you open a Twitter account, after opening, they will give the yes, it's accepted and is validated. Okay, valid account. It means they are giving the some proof. The authority of the Twitter, they are giving you the correct, you are accepted. So that validity is given here. Now here what the validity should be correct. It should be you study whatever doing is finding, it should be correct, appropriate. There should not be any kind of mismatching. It should be matching only. Okay, correct things. Whatever doing study should be as it is, correct things. And it can be verified by you and other persons also. Okay, whatever you are doing with same sample, same parameters, if you are able to prove this is the things happen, and it should be provable by some other person also. So this is called the valid questionnaire. We have seen valid questionnaire, valid modules, and it should be verifiable. It can be verifiable by the any other third party also, not only you or your friends or your guide. It may be done by third party also. So this is the valid and verifiable. These are the characteristics. Remember, this thing should be there in your study. Okay, if I do study on cancer or any other topic, if I post on the Google, okay, whoever looks that, if anyone wants to do study on that, he should be able to get the same result. So that's how the characteristics must be maintained. Now see the reliable. Reliable means you can rely on that. How the research method procedures, it should be stable. Okay, it should not get changed. It should be stable and constant result. The result must be constant. If you practice this asana, this result will be there. It's a constant. If you follow the proper rules and proper the precautions for that, then only. If you do not follow properly, if your instruction is not good, the person not able to practice properly, then it will not work. If you take a pills, medicine, it will work specific. But the person is while eating the medicine, he was not chewing that, or he was not eating in a proper sequence. It may get changed, or after eating he drank the alcohol and all, so it won't work. So the chemical reaction will take place here. So how can you explain here how it should be done? If proper management, if it is done, it should be able to give the proper result. That's called the constant result. The practice of particular pranayama asana, it should give the particular result only. That is called the reliable. Then only you can tell that this person is reliable. We can believe on him. So that paper will be, research paper will be very valuable, very useful for the society, for you also, for upcoming. Okay, so it's called the stable. The research should be stable. Today you don't study, next day it will get changed, or after 1 day, 1 month. No, it's not possible. See, scientists, they find out smoking is not good for our health. It's injurious. Okay, so this is still is constant. You cannot denote that word because it's already proof. It has gone through different kind of tests and procedures. So it's a stable and constant result is there. Okay, and here the same result will come by using any measurement number, times, whatever, how many times you do. Okay, 10 times, 15 times, 20 times, 30 times, it will give the same result. That is called the reliable. You can rely on that. This asana is helpful for this. Different asanas are there. So this asana is good, this pranayama is good for that dimension. You can rely on those things. So if the research has been done, conducted very nice way or a proper way, that is called the reliable. See, to understand this, I have given one example here. See, for example, this is one measurement, maybe 1 kilo. Okay, here 1 kilo is there, here also 1 kilo is there. 1 kilo and 1 kilo measurement. Here also this measurement is taking maybe 1 o'clock, noon 1 o'clock, and here the measurement is taking 2 o'clock. Here also 1 kilo and 1 kilo. Same measurement. That's why we have given here equal to. This equal to this and this equal to this. So whatever you do, it's become the same as it is after 1 hour also. Here afternoon 1 o'clock, here afternoon 2 o'clock. If you took here 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, it will be same. Okay, if it is same, that will become the constant. So that is the reliable. You can rely on these things. Whenever you do, wherever you do the study, that will become same. Okay, some drawbacks are there. We will be discussing later on. Okay, on this. So it's easy to understand. Now this is the points you need to remember in your mind. Some persons get confusion on this topic sometimes. How it's possible? See here, validity and reliability we need to understand here. Validity stands for the, remember, VA. You should keep in mind VA and RC. I think you will be knowing RC means the car, vehicle, RC. Same way you should remember here. VA means validity will be accurate. Validity will be accurate. Validity will be accurate. And the reliable will be constant. Okay, it will be constant. See, I written here, the valid is always reliable. The valid things, it's always will be reliable. Valid thing means what is already proved. Okay, now the proof thing is yoga is very good for to maintain our mental and physical well-being. It's already proved. Different papers, different scholars, they prove that things. So we can rely on yoga. Yoga is good for pre-corona or post-corona patient. Okay, because COVID patient will be affected by the some mental issue or health issue also. So yoga can give some good effect on that. This is the alternative system of health. So we can rely on that. So this is the line. So because it is valid by different researcher, different scientists, it's a reliable. But Vesra not true. It means not all reliable things is valid. So this is the one contradictory sentence. All valid things will be reliable, but all reliable things will not be valid, because reliable would be constant. Okay, and the valid thing is accurate. Constant means the constant things cannot be accurate. For example, when the research was going on by the Galileo, he was telling the sun's move. Sun, it turned from left to move from east to west, west to east. That's why everything we see the day and night. 6th, 7th century, the research output, teachers taught same thing. That time it was the constant, reliable. He was a reliable person. Galileo was a reliable person to prove that. Because everyone was having this faith on Galileo, he did study and this is the output. Then when Copernicus come, he find out no, Earth moves and sun is stable. Till today, there are so many years over, so many centuries over, it's accurate thing, not at all getting changed. Okay, so here this is validity is called accurate. It cannot be changed, always be accurate, and we can rely on this. But all reliable things will not be validated. Those time there is much more instrument to measure that, but this time there are so many instruments are there. Okay, so that's why you should remember here RC and VA. See here means here valid means accurate and reliable means constant. Okay, and validity is more important than reliability. Validity means it's a valuable thing. It's much more important than the reliability. Reliability means it's related. We can relate on that. We can rely on that. We can believe on that. We can have faith on him or her on that particular things. But faith will not be the validable things. Okay, so this point you should keep in mind. Every time, almost last 2019, one question asked from this particular part. The difference between the validity and reliability. So you should keep in mind. Now come to this part. This is called the empirical. One research types also comes here under empirical research study. So empirical means which is based on the experience and kind of scientific study. See the conclusion which is going to be drawn by hard evidence. The evidence must be very hard. It should be specific. Okay, it should not be like illusion. It should be very hard. Means it has gone through different kind of scientific procedures, and it's the real life experience, practical experience. The experimental or the experiential study or the experimental study. Okay, before the treatment or after the treatment, what happened? For example, the effect of yoga on cancer patients before the treatment and after the treatment, before the yoga, after the yoga, what happened? You are doing experiment by going lab, taking data, these things. Oh, before it was like this, now after the practice, this is. So it's having some life experience, real life experience, plus hard evidence. Evidence is there, different types of tests and proofs. So this is called the empirical. This also, your research study must be empirical. It should be scientific. Okay, whatever. See, I am not talking here. Scientific means you should not do study on the science research. You can do study on linguistic research also. Linguistic research means the lifestyle or biography of a poet, writers. That also okay, not a problem. Any language level. Okay. See, I am giving one picture. For example, see this skin. Okay. See, the skin is here. Skin. Before we know, this is the skin. This is the skull. This is the skull, this is bone, this is eye, this is nose, this is different types of parts of the head. How do we know? By some proof. Researchers, the scientists, they have given the proof. This is this part, that is this part. So by that only we can understand, we can get the excellence. We can understand, yes, it's accepted. This is the brain, this is skull, this is teeth, all these things. Oh, this is the reason behind this, why you should accept. This is the scientific and it's provable. Whoever proves, it will be same. So that's why we can rely on these things. Now let's understand about this word is critical. Critical means very difficult to understand. It will going to come under the post-positivism. When I discuss I am going to discuss in next class. I will be discussing in the next class. Post-positivism. How it is happen? Critical value. See, investigation must be full proof. Remember, it should be full proof, not very loose proof. Full proof. It should have proof would be very pakka, okay, and free from any kind of drawbacks. There will not be any kind of drawbacks. For example, science, they are doing some study, okay, like this things means this will do like this, okay, like nowadays science still today prove that during corona means this is a lung problem, but it is a lung problem, definitely lung respiratory problem, but then you have full proof that how the virus is getting attacked on your lungs, on your respiratory system. Then you have proof, but some theory may explain after some days, so they may go for the post-positivism. That is called the critical, and there will not be any kind of drawbacks. Still, we don't know the virus, how they getting form and all, So we are not going their transformation. Today corona is there, next day it will be Omicron, some other, it's going on. So there is no specificity in that. So but if you go to specificity with full proof, with there is no any drawbacks, that is called the critical value. We also did discuss. There is no question of that value. That's called the critical value. Now next understand this point, that's called the credibility and or veracity. Okay. Veracity. Credibility means the things which is true. See, the truth and comprehensive and objective. Credibility. The credibility is related to the truth. Whatever your study is going on, it should be true. It may not be on the false level. It should not be lie. It should be true only. And comprehensive. It should be very comprehensive in nature. You should not bring like this and that. No, it's not possible. It should be comprehensive and objective. What is your objective or study, aim of study is find out this problem. It should be related to that only. You should not bring here and there. That's why some person, what happened during research, maybe more than 5 years, they will go for 10 years also. But still they are not at all getting any point. So there is no objectivity. So before keeping any research plan or doing any plan, you should have particular things. Objectivity, aim, parameter, instrument, sample size, which method of you're using to get the sample, test, or everything should be there. Intervention should be clear. Okay, this is called the credibility and veracity. Next, if you see the cyclic process, research, it is the cyclic process. It should start with a problem and ends with a problem. Whatever your study is there, that's why if you see some papers will mention the papers under the research procedure, it start with the define the problem, what problem you are having. Then at the end of the study, they told yes, this thing happened and this is the effect. But it would have been done better if I got this point. If the research out would have been good, if the research would have carried in this manner. Okay, so some loophole they will keep. That's called the questions, and next researcher should fill that questions, fill that gap. You are doing research, for example, you are doing cancer. I told already cancer. I am doing studying on cancer, the effect of yoga on WBC cells. WBC cells. WBCs are connected to the cancer. Okay, you can do the research on cancer, particular platelets. You can do that. So you can get the support from my study. I did not did study on platelets, but I did the study on the blood cells only. Okay, you can get support from this particular study. So I have given some questions here. Next researcher can do that. That's called the proto kind of study. Okay, so you can go for this. So the good researcher starts with problem and end with a problem. It's a cyclic process, starting problem and ending also problem, so that the next upcoming researchers can go through this point. Okay, so these are the 8-9 things we need to keep in mind. This is the characteristics of the features of research, are good research. Obviously, if you do not follow this characteristics, your research papers or your thesis may get cancelled also. If it is the guide or the committee, doctoral committee, they are following the actual ethics of the study or characteristics of the study, research study. From the 8 points, minimum 1 question will be asked in UGC NET exam all the time. 1 question means you will be having 2 marks. Okay, please make your own point. Don't watch the video only. Okay, I hope everything is getting clear today from this class. Yes. So our aim is your success only. Amiya, my name is, and we are giving the training for paper 1 unit 2, that is research aptitude. We have already completed the ICT. You can go for that also, or if you are yoga students preparing for UGC NET or NTA NET, you can go for this channel. It will be very good for you. Thank you for giving me attention. Bye bye. Good day.